Hey everyone, Dan and Leslie back for another Disney dining review.
We're headed today to a place we've never been before. We have talked before about how Epcot has so many amazing options. I mean, you've got your festival food, you've got great quick service, so it's hard to often break away and do an actual table service meal, especially whenever we love certain ones so much. So today we're gonna head to Nine Dragons in the China Pavilion.
So we've never actually been to Nine Dragons before. We have been to the quick service right next door that has some of the same food, of course not nearly as good as Nine Dragons, so we hear. So I'm excited. I think this should be pretty good.
I am too. I'm looking at the menu and it actually, it looks amazing. There's so many really yummy looking options on here as far as appetizers and entrees. There's some very unique desserts. I'm not sure. Not sure about the dessert area. And then some also very unique specialty cocktails. So we'll see on the two of those. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it and I'm starving.
I'm hungry too. This is lunch and it's on a Tuesday. So hopefully it's not too crowded, but I'm ready. You ready?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
So we are at Nine Dragons, which is in the China Pavilion at Epcot. I'm looking forward to this. It's got a good little vibe. Looks like a really excellent menu, so I'm excited to see how this goes.
The menu is just a paper menu, but I actually like having a physical menu. So many of these restaurants, you scan the QR code anymore. I don't really, none of these drinks are really speaking to me. $14 a piece for a ginger zinger or a South Sea breeze. Don't really scream Chinese cocktail to me. Where they got us set, it's a little awkward to film us both at once. There's so many tables packed in here. You recommended the pot stickers for an appetizer, so we got one order of that, and then I got the spicy honey fried chicken, and then I upgraded the white rice to fried for $3. Looks good. I saw it go by.
And I got the Canton pepper beef, and I also upgraded my white rice to fried rice. I'm a huge fan of fried rice. So anyway, that was the first thing he recommended whenever we asked for suggestions. So I'm excited. Our pot stickers have arrived. The filling has such a great flavor. It's very similar to the ones that you can get next door at the quick service location. I do think that these might be cooked just a little bit better, but they're fantastic. Okay, so it was a little awkward because there was somebody right here at this table. The tables are a little bit close together, but they left. We'll try this for a minute, see how it goes. Maybe they won't see somebody right next to us.
I do think one thing that this restaurant has going for it is the price.
Yeah.
It should be a very reasonably priced meal when all is said and done. I've heard great things about the chili sauce, the hot chili sauce that they have, so I was really excited to try it in this. It is spicy.
That is
right?
good. Ooh, it kicks you on the back end just
I know.
a little bit.
So what'd you get again?
I got the Canton pepper beef.
Can we try that first?
Yeah.
The most tender piece of beef I've had in a theme park, I think, ever.
That's really good. All of these pieces are so large.
It's like an upscale honey chicken with a little bit of kick to it. Very, very good. How's the fried rice?
It's pretty good. Overall, I'm very impressed.
I'm pleased, yeah. This may be the first vegetable I've ever eaten in a theme park. We felt like we had to get dessert since we didn't get drinks.
You should be so proud of us.
I know. They only have ice cream. So they have a strawberry red bean and a caramel ginger.
Not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. Oh, that's lovely. That's super refreshing.
They're both very good. All in all, I'm pleasantly surprised. I was, I mean, everything was good.
Everything was really good.
I think we'll finish this up at home.
Yep.
All right. Okay, let's jump right in. Honestly, that was pretty good. This is not one that I would go out of my way to make a reservation for ever, just because there are so many wonderful options at Epcot. It's really hard to have I don't. What?
Hello.
It's really hard to have a standout table service restaurant in Epcot if you don't have something kind of gimmicky about it. So like characters or something like that. Like it's tough because there's so many great dining options there. But before we get started, if you would like help planning your next magical vacation to Disney, Universal, any cruise line, or some all-inclusive resorts that are pretty amazing, please reach out. We would absolutely love to help. You can find us at fantasticalvacations.com.
This is a solid choice. If you like Chinese cuisine and you're looking for a place that you want to definitely have a table service restaurant, a sit-down location, in the air conditioning.
So let's talk about drinks first because we didn't get them. There was just a few specialty cocktails. None of them sounded actually good. And it was kind of like the desserts. There were only a few desserts to choose from, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Theming. So I thought the theming was really quite good. Like, I mean, there were like lanterns, there was Chinese music playing in the background, there were, decor, there was this wall that had like a dragon and other things like kind of in shadow boxes. Anyway, so I thought the theming was very well done. I think every person that I saw that was working there was of Asian descent. And so, I mean, that was really cool. It adds to the ambiance too, that the cultural piece was there. So we decided it was a 3.5.
Yeah. Ambiance was a little different though. And it was a little unfortunate because while the theming was really great, like all the tables were crammed next to each other. Like we actually couldn't film the two of us for a while because there was a couple sitting like right here. And if we had aimed the camera, like where both of us were in the frame, like we did the second half of the meal, it would have just been mostly them because they were so close. And it just, that was how all the tables were. They were just in rows, like across. So it really, and the restaurant was pretty empty. It was probably 20% full, and it was still louder than I would have liked to have had in there just because.
Well, and what I thought was really interesting is that it was 20% full, but they kept seating like everyone right next to each other, like in a little row, as opposed to like kind of spreading people out.
This was below average for us. I think we settled on 2.5.
Yeah. Let's go to service. Our server was great. He was attentive, checked on us often. My water never ran below half. I mean, it was like he was Johnny on the spot on that.
He asked if we had a DVC or annual pass for a discount. And then he even suggested, well, because we said we were DVC and annual pass, he's like, well, give me the DVC.
Because it's higher.
And he didn't say it like that. There was definitely a language barrier there. But he asked for the DVC because it was a higher discount. So DVC was 20% there. I don't want to rate him harshly on the language barrier. However, it did prevent him from going that extra mile, I think, with service. I think he probably wanted to, but like we would ask him for recommendations and he just couldn't verbalize in English so that we could understand like what his recommendations were. Like he even had to go get the menu when we asked about desserts, and there are only 3 desserts and they're all ice cream, like to describe like the 50th anniversary one. So, but he was definitely above average, right? Yeah,
I definitely think he was above average. So I think that we settled on a 3.5 because he was really good. Like it just wasn't like the over the top.
All right, so food. I was actually really pleasantly surprised. I was thinking more like a traditional, like one of the countless Chinese places, you know, anywhere in any town that you're from. And
I literally went in thinking that I was going to get greasy Chinese food. Like that's
I like greasy Chinese food, but you know, I don't expect to pay, you know, $20-something per entree for that. And to their credit, this was not greasy Chinese food.
It was fantastic.
It was very well done.
It was good. Like it was above the level of a takeout.
This is gonna sound bad. Like,
oh no.
Well, when we eat, anytime we've ever eaten Chinese food, it's either been at like a buffet, like after church or something, or it's been like the greasy Chinese food where you expect it to come in a white box and you go up to a counter, you get your plastic bag and you take it home, and that's what you want. Like that's what you're. And it was. I don't know that we've really ever had nice quality table service Chinese food.
I guess you're right.
I mean, we've had Japanese, we've had Thai, but like Chinese food, it's always either been like the takeout to go boxes or buffets.
Yeah.
And so this was just a different experience for me. It was great. I mean, it was really good.
It was.
And unfortunately, as good as it was, I probably won't be back, at least for a very long time, just because there are so many other wonderful things to eat in Epcot.
Because hands down, if you offer me the pizza at Via Napoli, I'm going there.
Yeah. Now, I will say, let's finish food. So food was 3.5.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely above average, but nothing like spectacular, blow your mind out of the water or anything like that. So what? 3.5, 2.5. That's 13 divided by 4. 3.25. Yep. Math is hard. 3.25 out of 5, which is above average. Again, not the best on Disney property, but we weren't expecting it, to be quite honest with you. I will say though, the value here was really good.
It was tremendous.
We each got, first off, we split an appetizer. We each got an entree and we each got a dessert. Now granted, the dessert selection, it's basically 3 different types of ice cream. And their appetizer selection is not great. But they're good appetizers.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I gave the guy a above average tip, especially after he gave us the good discount and asked about it and everything. And it was still $79,
That's
which
pretty good.
I mean, for a table service date where we're getting 3 courses, we didn't get drinks, but still 3 courses. Like normally for these dining reviews, we're spending double that or more. The value's there. All that to say, 3.25, that's still pretty respectable, I think.
I think so.
What do you think, Kitten? What are you doing,
Hey!
you weirdo?
Stop biting Mickey.
What did Mickey do to you?
So if you are liking these videos, please hit that like and subscribe button. We would love for you to come along with us on all of the other fun, exciting dining reviews that we have coming up. And if you like just hanging out with us, we have a podcast that we publish twice weekly on Sundays and Wednesdays. It's called Addicted to the Mouse. We talk all things Disney, Universal, travel, moving to Orlando, all the fun things. And you really just get to spend a lot of time with our nonsense. So
yeah, and if you like behind the scenes type videos and podcasts, we recently just started a Patreon. You can check it out right here. I think that's going to do it for today's dining review. Thanks so much for following along. We will see you on the next video.